Developing news continues now on that Cranston chemical fire.
An investigation underway to determine what caused the building, which is home to jewelry manufacturer Gemcraft, to catch fire. The fire actually broke out in the back of the building, which was being rented out by electroplating company Process.
And we have team coverage for you tonight. Eyewitness News reporter Kim Kalunian is standing by with how firefighters responded to situations involving potential hazardous materials.
But first, let's go to Sheena Lashuda with the latest information. Sheena.
The scene cleared here just about in the last 15 minutes. The roads are back open. Earlier tonight, crews were called here right in the middle of rush hour. The Cranston Fire Department sent to a report of a fire on Elmwood Avenue around 4:30 Monday afternoon. The fire chief says crews were aware they were responding to a company that distributes chemicals.
It became quite hazardous when we found out that there were chemicals that had been disturbed and containers that had been broken or breached.
Water from putting out the fire mixed with some of the chemicals, while other chemicals might have mixed with each other.
So what was a small fire that has been extinguished is now a hazardous materials site.
And that's why police blocked off the roads and multiple other agencies were called in, including crews from North Kingstown, Providence, dozens and dozens of firefighters on scene. But some were moved out quickly.
One had slight difficulty in breathing, the rest are just being monitored.
The unknown dangers causing precautionary steps to be made. 14 firefighters were taken to the hospital.
We made it a mass casualty incident because of the number of firefighters who we are transporting. Eventually, all the firefighters on the first response will be going down to be checked out.
The cause of the initial fire is still under investigation. The state fire marshal was on scene. Reporting live in Cranston, I'm Sheena Lashuda, Eyewitness News.
We're working in-depth coverage of this Cranston fire. As Sheena mentioned, chemicals inside the building prompted a hazmat response. And while firefighters normally deal with hazards like burning wood, plastic, and other household items, a response to a situation like this requires specialized training and gear. Eyewitness News reporter Kim Kalunian continues our team coverage now with how crews are handling this extra hazard. Kim?
Well, Mike, the Cranston fire chief is not yet saying specifically what chemicals were involved with this incident. He says there are many chemicals stored inside this facility. In fact, he told us that some of the first firefighters that went inside saw their gear and their boots melted away by whatever it was that they came in contact with. As Sheena mentioned, many of them were taken to the hospital to be evaluated after coming in contact with these potentially hazardous materials. A high-level hazmat response in Cranston closes Elmwood Avenue and sends multiple people in protective suits into a metal finishing business.
In the rear of the building, there's a number of different chemicals that are stored there, and in the act of putting out the fire, along with the sprinklers that are in the building, the chemicals were disturbed, some mixed and some left in containers.
Cranston Fire Chief William McKenna says the chemicals were in storage. A list of what was being kept inside alerted them to the potential dangers.
When we find out we have such a condition, we suit up, we decide on the level of suit or gear that we need to get into the building. This is a level A suit, the highest protection we can put our firefighters into. Self-contained system with air packs inside.
Our cameras captured first responders inside the bulky yellow suits heading into the building. McKenna says they're sent in teams of 3 using monitoring devices to determine what types of chemicals were compromised and how best to clean up the situation. When they leave the building, it's time to decontaminate inside this blue tent.
Once they come out of the structure, they are cleaned and deconned within that structure. They're taken out of the particular suits that they're in, and then they're taken into the vehicles, into the rescue truck, and monitored. They're monitored before they go in and monitored when they come out.
A small fire that led to a large-scale hazmat response. And the good news here, McKenna says this area is now safe and no one outside of the building was exposed to the potentially hazardous materials inside. He does say this will take some time to clean up, however, and expects this business and the neighboring daycare center to be closed for at least tomorrow. Reporting live in Cranston tonight, I'm Kim Kalunian, Eyewitness News.